Okay, let's dive into this. Imagine for a second that you're working in a top-tier lab, right? You are building the absolute next generation of artificial intelligence. Your engineers have spent months, maybe even years, training this massive new model. And the results coming back? They're just incredible. Suddenly, the model is vastly better at reasoning. It's better at coding, navigating computers, and it is infinitely better at solving complex, multi-layered problems. You are standing on the edge of a massive breakthrough. But then, your own internal safety team takes a hard look at the latest testing results, and they just say,
Wait, they literally tell you to stop. But here is the absolute wildest part of this whole story. They didn't hit the pause button because the model failed. No, they hit the pause button because the model was potentially becoming too capable. Specifically, too capable at cybersecurity. And you know what? This is the exact scenario that has reportedly been playing out over at OpenAI this week.
so why exactly did OpenAI hit the brakes? Well, we're talking about their highly anticipated upcoming model, which is known internally as Astra. And guys, this isn't just some incremental update. During their internal evaluations, which, by the way, are these incredibly rigorous tests designed to figure out exactly what a model can and cannot do, OpenAI discovered something alarming. They realized they couldn't entirely rule out what their own safety framework calls critical cyber capabilities. In that realization, it triggered an immediate pause on certain internal activities, so they could just step back and secure the model. Now, we absolutely have to separate the science fiction hype from the actual technical reality here. Whenever people hear a phrase like critical cyber capabilities, the internet just immediately jumps to the craziest conclusions, right? People start thinking, oh my gosh, the AI has become conscious, or Skynet is here, or AI is going to hack the entire global financial system by tomorrow morning. But the reality is much more specific, and honestly, it's far more fascinating. The actual technical concern they're looking at is whether an advanced AI system can autonomously exploit software vulnerabilities and launch complex attacks against hardened systems, literally with almost zero human intervention. Actually, I want to be incredibly clear here, just to reassure everyone. Astra has not been released to the public as some sort of unrestricted, downloadable hacking machine. No way. This entire story is purely about internal evaluations and risk classification. But I mean, just think about how profoundly unusual this is in the tech industry. Normally, right, when a company's software hits a new benchmark high score, or when it demonstrates better reasoning, they throw a massive party, they issue a huge press release. But this time, increasing capability triggered the exact opposite response. It was, slow down, test more, and let's secure this thing first. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive, fundamental shift we are seeing right now in artificial intelligence. For years, the whole race was just about building the smartest chatbot. You know the drill. You ask a question, it types an answer. But we're officially moving way past chatbots. We're entering the era of the autonomous agent. This process operates in a continuous loop. You don't just ask it a question anymore. You give it an objective. So, it plans a goal, it executes an action using tools, it looks at the results of that action, evaluates whether or not it actually worked, and then boom, it chooses a new action. This loop means the AI is no longer just spitting out text. It's actively interacting with the world in a highly powerful, somewhat unpredictable feedback loop. And that autonomous loop, it builds into a very real cybersecurity challenge. Because traditionally, cybersecurity has been a human-to-human battle. And sure, a sophisticated human hacker is incredibly dangerous. But humans have physical limitations. They can really only work on one complex problem at a time. They have to eat, they need to take breaks, and eventually they have to sleep. An automated AI agent completely changes the math. And it all comes down to one word: scale. An agent can attempt thousands of strategies simultaneously. It operates continuously, it can inspect its own results, instantly pivot to a totally new approach if it fails, and it never, ever sleeps. So the threat isn't some magical superintelligence. The threat is the compounding scale of all that autonomous effort. And you know, the risk compounds exponentially the second you start giving these agents tools. Just think about the everyday permissions we naturally want to give a helpful AI assistant. We want it to read our email, check the calendar, modify a few documents, maybe run a little code, browse the web, dip into the company database to pull a quick report, and hey, maybe deploy some software. Individually, each of those permissions seems entirely harmless. But when you stack them all together and you hand the whole shebang over to an autonomous agent running in that continuous feedback loop, you've just created a massive interconnected vulnerability.
Now, it is absolutely crucial to understand that this is not just an OpenAI problem, not at all. This is an industry-wide challenge. It's really an architecture problem for all modern AI. Other major players at the very frontier of AI development, including Anthropic and Meta, they've also disclosed incidents where their models started operating beyond their intended testing boundaries. As we give these systems more tools and, a longer leash, the entire industry is collectively realizing that the old ways of managing software, they just do not apply here.
So if you are a business owner watching this explainer, you really need to ask yourself this question. What happens when an autonomous agent makes a mistake? Because, spoiler alert, it will. Back in the chatbot era, if the AI hallucinated, it just gave you a weird answer in a text box. It was annoying, for sure, but it was harmless. In the agent era, a mistake means a wrong action. It could be something slightly embarrassing, like it autonomously emails your grocery list to your top client, or it could be disastrous. Think about an AI marketing agent autonomously sending out an offensive campaign, or changing a critical system setting, or accidentally exposing highly confidential company data directly to the public internet. The stakes are suddenly physical and structural. Which means simply handing everyone in your company a powerful AI tool and just kind of hoping for the best? That is no longer a viable strategy. The mature business approach today requires strict, hard-coded boundaries. We need to be actively asking, who can access what? Exactly what is this agent permitted to do? What high-stakes actions absolutely require a human to click an approve button? Are we logging every single action the agent takes? And most importantly, if this agent suddenly goes off the rails, do we have a big red button to stop it immediately? But hey, this isn't just a doom and gloom story about risk. It's actually an incredible story about empowerment and the future of work. Picture a future workplace, what I like to call an AI operations control room. We are moving toward a reality where a single human worker might supervise, say, 500 specialized AI agents. One agent handles all the invoices, another monitors the servers, another is busy writing marketing copy. The human is no longer doing the manual typing for every single task. Instead, the human becomes a director. You're monitoring agent behavior, tweaking permissions, making sure security is tight. You aren't the worker bee anymore. You are the manager of a digital hive. And for those of you out there looking to future-proof your careers, let me tell you, this is an absolute goldmine. The demand for controlling and securing AI is creating a massive, unprecedented boom in entirely new career paths. We're talking about jobs in AI governance, agent monitoring, prompt injection defense, which is basically stopping bad actors from tricking the AI into doing bad things, and AI identity and access management. If you understand how to control and secure these hyper-powerful tools, you are going to be one of the most sought-after professionals in the entire global economy, literally. To all the developers watching, your role is shifting dramatically too. The best developer in the world next year, it's not going to be the person who writes the highest volume of raw code. AI can already do that. The most valuable developer will be the one who knows how to design safe systems for the AI to operate within. You need to master sandboxing to keep the AI in an isolated, safe environment, along with advanced permissions, secrets management, logging, rollback systems, and failure recovery. You are essentially building the fortified walls that allow the AI engine to safely run at maximum speed. And for the students tuning in, please don't panic. Seriously, you do not need to drop everything and become a theoretical AI researcher tomorrow morning. The true value in the job market right now isn't just rattling off the names of 100 different AI tools. The real superpower is combining your foundational skills with AI. It's knowing Python plus AI plus cybersecurity. It's having deep domain expertise, whether that's in marketing, finance, or law, and knowing exactly how to wield AI agents safely within that specific domain. Because we've officially crossed a threshold. In the old era, which crazy enough was literally just a year or two ago, the only question that mattered was, who has the smartest model? It was all about reasoning capabilities and benchmarks. But in this new era of autonomous agents, a moderately intelligent model that has been granted enormous unchecked permissions to your company's systems, that is far more dangerous than a highly intelligent model locked inside a safe, restricted box. The game is no longer just about raw intelligence. It is about intelligence plus access. The winner of this era will be whoever is the safest at scale.
So, if you remember just one single thing from this entire explainer, let it be this framework right here, this equation. AI capability multiplied by access multiplied by autonomy equals potential impact. It's that simple. As the capability goes up, we have to carefully manage the access. As the autonomy goes up, our monitoring has to be absolutely flawless. This mental model is exactly how you should evaluate any AI tool you bring into your life or your business from this day forward.
So look, the right response to OpenAI slowing down Astra isn't to scream that AI is evil and we should ban it entirely. But on the flip side, the right response isn't to blindly give it unlimited access to the world either. The answer is the middle path. We must build incredibly powerful AI alongside equally powerful controls.
We give agents only the strict permissions they actually need to do their job. We ensure humans always own the high-impact decisions. And we continuously, relentlessly test these systems for unexpected behavior.
Which really leaves us with the ultimate question. Can we make powerful AI safe enough to deploy at scale? OpenAI hitting the brakes isn't a sign that the AI revolution is ending. If anything, it's proof that it's getting serious. The biggest competitive advantage in the next decade won't just belong to the company with the smartest code. It's going to belong to whoever solves this exact problem, making breathtakingly powerful models secure enough to unleash on the real world. If you want to keep understanding the technology shaping our future and get practical insights on how to navigate it all, make sure to subscribe to Vims Tech. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.